Hygienist, thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Kalesha and I am a registered dental hygienist. And in today's video, I want to share with you 5 ways to boost your production as a dental hygienist. A few weeks ago, I posted a video on the 3 ways that dental hygienists get paid. And in that video, I shared with you my history of how I went from being a temporary hygienist to a salary base and now on production. And what production is just being paid a portion of what you produce. So this video is going to be for my hygienists that are on production, or if you're not currently a hygienist just yet and you just want to know the different ways, how to recommend you go back and watch that video. I explain the advantages and disadvantages of each, but specifically in today's video, I'll be touching on 5 ways to boost your production if you're getting a percentage of what you produce at your office. So if you can use some tips on how to get in your bag, sis, then keep watching today's video. So for those of you that have been following me for quite some time now, you know I haven't always been on production. I just changed to production-based hygienist about 2 months ago, and I have been loving it, okay? I've been making so much more money, and it just gets me fired up even more in my career because I'm in my bag, okay? And who don't like to be in a bag in a career, okay? So with that being said, I remember attending this conference for hygienists about how to boost your production. And I remember sitting in that meeting because I wasn't yet on commission or production. I was just salary. So I felt like none of that information was really for me, but every other hygienist in my office was on production. So I just had to go, okay? It was a continuing education credit, and sometimes you sit through things you don't want to hear, don't need to hear, whatever. But either way, that information that I thought I did need, I definitely use every single day. And I want to share with you those 5 ways to boost your production. The first way, which is the most obvious way, is to have patients on the schedule. Okay, if you don't have a patient in your chair, you're not making any money, okay? That's just point blank period. And that's what I was most afraid of switching to production. I'm like, what if my whole day falls apart and I'm here and I don't make any money? But I mean, that's a risk, but hardly ever happens if you're at a really good office that has a great client base. You don't have to worry about those days where it just completely falls apart. So with that being said, have patients scheduled. You want to have a recall system in your office. This recall system is going to ensure that you keep a patient in your chair. You want to make sure that you're scheduling each patient's 6-month, 3-month, or 4-month appointment after each hygiene visit with you. That's going to make sure that when those months start rolling up, they're already on the book, they're already expecting to have their teeth cleaned, and you already have someone in your chair and guaranteed a work day, guaranteed some money that day. Also with this recall system, you want an on-call list. You want a list where if someone cancels, you have patients that you can call on demand, and hopefully they can come in and fill those spots for you. Now don't fret if you have a day where a patient calls 5 minutes before their appointment and say they can't come. It happens. Or don't even tell you that they weren't coming and they were confirmed and they just don't show up. It's gonna happen, okay? It's gonna happen. But in the days to come, you'll, or in that next appointment, you'll make enough money to cover that patient that didn't show up. So don't fret if you do have an empty slot in your appointment book. But the way to boost your production is always to have someone on the schedule. The second way to boost your production is to build relationships with your patients. Now for me, this is probably the easiest part of my job. I never meet a stranger, okay? I can talk to anybody about anything. So I, off the rip, have great relationships with my patients. They trust me, they trust my advice, they trust my guidance and my recommendations. So you definitely want to make sure that you're building relationship. The way that you can do this is to just ask questions, get to know them, know their families, know what they're interested in, know the common interests you all share. Just know those particular things about them and make note of it in their chart, so on their next visit you can bring it up and ask about them. They'll say, oh, you remembered that? Oh, da, 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 which you probably didn't remember it, okay? 9 times out of 10 you didn't, because I never remember anything, but I make great patient notes. And when they come in, I asked them about what we talked about on the last visit, and they love that. So if you build a relationship with the patient, they'll then trust you. So when you're recommending treatment or any kind of procedure, or when you're recommending fluoride or sealants or electric brushes or anything, they're more prone to get it, okay? They're more prone to accept any treatment that you offer them because they trust your professional opinion. The third way to boost your production is to promote comprehensive care. Now, this is expected of you as a hygienist from your dentist, but not so much from your patients. Your patients are there for their cleaning. They don't really want to hear about anything else. But as hygienists, we definitely see their treatment plan. We see the things that they need and things that they usually go without doing and just show up for their routine preventative care. But we have to promote a comprehensive care for our patients. We have to stress the importance of getting their restorative treatment done that they need, even though they're not in pain or even though they feel it isn't necessary. But we have to let them know that anything that's going on in their oral health is directly related to their systemic health. So we have to promote an overall care for our patients. Also, we have to spend time giving oral hygiene instructions, okay? This is a part of their comprehensive care. We have to let them know how at risk they are for gum disease or periodontal disease or any other type of issue that could come up orally. We have to let them know how at risk they are, and you can do this by having questionnaires. I've made numerous videos on my channel about the questionnaires I use in office, the caries risk assessment, and then I also use a periodontal assessment. So having these questionnaires that they get to answer and then see, that gives them an overall comprehensive care that'll keep them coming back for their cleaning appointments. A 6-month patient after that questionnaire may end up being a 4-month or a 3-month recall, thus increasing your production. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Okay. The fourth way to boost your production is to implement a doctor hygienist communication. This is like tag team. Anything that you talk to your patient about in that 30, 45 minute to an hour appointment, you want to give your doctor the heads up when you go and get your doctor for an exam. You want to say, hey doc, I talked to this patient about sealants, an electric toothbrush, and getting fluoride. If you can drill it home for me, that would help. Then the doctor comes in and they say the same thing that you said. It's like, oh, I must need this if both of them think so, and they're more prone to get it. Then again, the patient just has way more trust in the doctor than they do you as a hygienist. Don't know why, but hey, they do. For an example, you can get the patient back and say, hey, has everything been feeling okay in your last 6 months? And they'll say, yeah, everything's been all good. And then the doctor come in, asks the same thing, and then they go this whole laundry list of things that have been going on. It's like, I just asked you that and you said it wasn't nothing going on. So I mean, they just trust the doctor's opinion even more so than yours. So having that doctor hygiene communication can definitely drive your sales, okay? It can drive those things that you think your patient needs, and they're more prone to accept your treatment recommendation. The fifth way to boost your production as a dental hygienist is to have the products that you offer to your patients here in office, okay? This is going to be a huge help in boosting your production. Every hygienist has their go-to favorite, can't live without products that they talk about to each and every patient. How about having those products in office that your patient can go ahead and purchase? Now, this may be something that you have to talk to the front desk about, or your overhead, anybody that orders supplies, and just let them know, hey, I'd really like to get a few electric toothbrushes here in office and just see how they sell, and that can be a profit for the office, thus being a profit for you, okay? Again, because anything you produce, you get a portion of. So again, that may be something that you have to ask your office about. And if they're okay with that, go ahead and have those few of your favorite products here in office, and you can always just say, hey, we have electric toothbrushes here that can save you some time going in the store looking at all these different competitors and being overwhelmed in those aisles where there are thousands of products staring you in your face and you don't know which one to choose. We've made it easy. We have the best of the best here in office, and they are cheaper than in store. Or if they're not cheaper than the store, let them know so that they can still have the option of going out and looking. But some patients would prefer to go ahead and purchase it in office, and if that is the case, you'll already have it. And if you already have it, that's more money in your pocket instead of Walmart, Target, or Walgreens, okay? So those are 5 quick and easy ways to boost your production as a dental hygienist. Any questions or comments that you may have, be sure to leave them down below in the comment section. If you found this video helpful, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you're notified on my next upload. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, Hygienist.